Maybe you can tell us in brief what you launched today and what is the import of it to KCB Bank.
So what we have launched today is what we refer to as PAPSS, which is the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System. What the Pan-African, of course, meaning that it will cross all of Africa, all 54 countries. Payments, because it's going to do instant payments across borders in local currency. And it will settle to mobile, to any bank. In Kenya, we are actually in now 15 countries. They have onboarded 15 countries. We're expecting they'll be at 30 countries by the end of the year. Our expectation is that we're already piloting in Rwanda. Our intention is that by the end of this year also, we've enabled all our banks to be able to do this across the region. So the beauty of it is that it is going to transform trade in Africa. Their intention is that no matter how big or small the trader is, if they want to move money within Africa, this is the system they should come to. They will find it on their KCB app or at any KCB branch. So the idea is that you can send money to any other country, very cost effective. It will tell you, it's very transparent. It tells you the cost at the beginning, even before you do the transaction, just like digital transactions work. So it will be safe, secure, and cost effective, very affordable. But they're far better, and you don't have to find dollars. You see, that is what hurts everyone, when you have to go looking for hard currencies in order to be able to do the trade. But you can start with your Kenya shillings, peacefully send it to your Ugandan brother and order whatever it is, maize you wanted to import, whatever it is you wanted to export, you can do that in your currency, and he will receive it in his currency, wherever it is they are. So that is what we want today, to enable trade across Africa. Thank you.
If I'm a trader in Kenya, for example, I want to do business with someone in DRC.
Yes.
What does the transaction between me and that other party look like from where I sit?
So now it depends on the channel you use. If you go to the branch, they will assist you. They'll fill in all the details, and they can enable you to see how to fill in the. I mean, it's the basic stuff you fill in for who is the receiving party, where do you want them to receive, how much do you want to send, what should they be receiving on their end, because you need to state what is the payment value that other person should receive on their end. Once you give what the value should be on the other end, they'll tell you how much do you need to put here in order for that person to get, if it is francs, yeah, they're supposed to be getting on their end, how many francs or how much Kenya shilling do you need to send those francs. That will include any charges that are incidental to doing the cost and usage of the channel. So when you go to the branch, they will give you all that information. If you use your phone, and I must really insist, the app on the phone, for now it will be on the Android devices, not Apple. If you're on Apple, you know how complicated everything Apple can get quickly. But the point is on Android, it's on global transfers. When you go to transfers, you go to global transfers, you see Western Union, you see PAPSS. You can just fill in the information. It will give you everything you need. And the reason it has to be on app is because it has to go and fetch the data. Like I said, you have to be told, if you want this much francs to arrive in DRC, in Burundi, in Rwanda, how many Kenya shillings do you need?
The other word is always the transaction cost, because it's different currencies. How does it handle that? Yes.
So now it really is a lot dependent on. So we've tried to really bring the cost down, because remember, IMF had even said that they need the cost of money transfer globally to come down to about 3% maximum that people are having to pay, including the FX costs. Now it's been very difficult, because of course without instant transfer, so that you don't have currency loss impacting, because some currencies are not stable enough to go the whole day even without a fluctuation. But the fact that this is instant means, if it's instant, whatever rate you're getting at that point in time, and you complete the transaction, there will be no surprises. That's the beauty of instant cross-border transfers. That's why this system is going to be so important to the future of trade, because it is instant and it is transparent, and the person can see the cost. Do you know how many Kenyans or even Zambians, Zimbabweans go, and in those countries where we can do the transfers, people go to work in those countries. People come here to work. We've met them. There are people, they work in contact centers, they work in people's homes, and then sending money home is such a nightmare for them, and the cost is atrocious. It can get all the way from 6% to 20% of the cost. So we know there is no way PAPSS is going to it will beat all those crazy costs down, because it is instant.
on the part of KCB, what are the attendant costs in terms of integration for KCB, and maybe what else after this launch today?
So the cost of integration, those are sunk costs for us. We put the systems in place to be able to integrate any particular partner. But the important thing, and even though we've done some builds along the way to accommodate some of the unique requirements from the PAPSS system, that's not the big concern. What we are concerned about is how are we going to promote the product now across Africa? How do we get all the countries, all the people everywhere to be aware of this? That is a critical thing, and that's where, my friend, you people come in. If you help to bring that to life, right? Because remember, but we are being very open. The intention is to make it very open banking. So we've even enabled selling so that it doesn't even matter where you bank. Which you want it to go to a mobile money wallet, will settle. It doesn't matter where you want the money to end up, it will go there and it will be instant. And the critical thing is it will be cost effective. So for us, what matters is really how do we create that knowledge? How do we get people to know that this exists? That's what we are very excited to do. And that's where the cost is going to come in.
In terms of for KCB, you are the first bank in Kenya to integrate it. What does it mean
in
for
the
you?
region?
Yes. What does it mean for you? And even looking forward, what are you looking to attract to KCB?
So what we want actually, first we want to enable trade, right? Because the more successful our customers are, the more successful the institution is. That's just a fact, basic economics, yes? So we are very excited that we're going to be building. Where our CEO even said today, Paul Russo, that if we are interested in building our country, KCB must be at the table. We are very keen to build our country. So it is important to us that we enable all the things and real actionable things that you can see, you can touch, you can use those services that we are enabling so that we can grow our part of the world. If we grow our part of the world, we can stop being I don't want to use that word, but I don't want us anymore being referred to as third world. That is not a fair description of Africa. Africa has so much potential. It is the breadbasket of the world. It is the one that produces everything the world uses. So how come we get the least out of the transactions? There were the examples given by the CS today. Yes, Honorable Kinyanjui. He said very clearly, Ghana is the one that sells the cocoa that makes the Swiss chocolates. Kenya is the one that provides the tea that the English sell everywhere and are all manner of brands. We are the ones who make the clothes that get exported, then we import again. There must be a way to change this one. We are the ones that make the cotton that makes those clothes. Why haven't we figured out as Africans how to trade amongst ourselves? The CEO for PAPSS said, Mike, he said very clearly, so the first thing is you look for what to feed yourself, and then whatever excess you have, you sell to your neighbor. So that's what we need to enable. We need to figure out how to trade with each other and make things that reduce our imbalance of trade, so that the balance of trade moves more to us exporting than us importing from everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.